Shane opened for Chappelle, so we had to take Shane's parents through JFK
Yeah.
on Tuesday at midnight to take this fucking red eye to start
Yeah.
our week. And dude, I can't sleep on planes. And I was like, all right, well maybe I won't drink for a while until like 10 p.m. I'll get fucked up at the
That doesn't
airport.
work.
It doesn't matter if I take Valium, how drunk I am.
Yeah, you were
If
drinking.
you
I
can't
was
sleep
drinking.
on a plane,
No,
period.
never.
You can't sleep on a plane.
No, you're right.
My problem is I have no problem sleeping on a plane.
But
My buddy pointed out he's an ex-tour manager. Now he's like a kid singer and does well. But he pointed out,
You say a kid singer?
yeah.
what do you mean, kid singer?
Yeah, what's a kid singer?
Pull the mic towards your face.
Sorry, I didn't.
Kid
Your
singer.
southern drawl is not going to.
I understand.
Get a foot away from
and
your head.
I'm not a huge loud talker like a Philly person. So I
Why do you hear me
I
laugh,
probably
dude?
need to hail on the sound guy over here. He's like, fuck this dude. No, one of my best friends is a Philly guy, so it's like I love you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
My wife's family's from Philly, so it's like it's this magical land I didn't understand until you start meeting Philly people, and you're
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I'm from Philadelphia. You're like, yeah, you are.
There's a charm to it.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Let's get back to kid singing.
Sorry, kid singer. Hey, he's an adult that sings children's music. And is quite great at it.
Okay.
So,
Like original children's music?
yeah, I don't. That would
Wait,
be,
like voiceover for like audiobooks and TV?
not yet, but I'm sure that will happen because he's like.
He's in the open mic kid singing circuit right now.
I mean, that is a funny. He would love that actually. What he lives in Nashville, so he was like, he's a musician, and I think he found his niche.
Yeah.
Like making children's music.
Yeah.
He's always been great with kids, and then how he makes because I have a million questions too. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So I understand.
Fuck the
that's-
red eye, dude. Let's
I
get into
understand.
kids singing.
It is
What?
fascinating. Well, he lived in LA for a little bit, but he started in Nashville because he found like this niche, and
How do you stumble into that niche?
I think
I'm guessing online groups, private chat groups, dark webs.
I mean, trust me, I had a lot of questions in the. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, and he's funny, so he's like, listen, there's a lot of suspect behavior in what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, Nashville for musicians is kind of like New York for stand-up.
Yeah.
So there's like 9 million of those motherfuckers around
Yeah.
doing different genres of different things, and like they're all pretty good musicians. And I think he was just like looked around and was like, eventually was like, oh, I like kids and being around children, and I'm not like a
Toucher.
sad man or like
Yeah.
a sexy dude or like a country music singer type.
Yeah.
Or I'm not like this amazing studio musician,
Yeah.
but I know I'm friends with all these people, so I can produce kids' music. And then he released some records, and they're awesome.
Really? That rules.
Like,
Wow.
I have 2 kids, and like I was like the first, because he's my buddy I met. He was tour managing Ralphie May when I met him. So to be like, oh, I also do kids' music, you're like, go on.
Yeah.
What a weird
Okay.
combo.
Yeah.
Does he have a favorite children's song of all time?
I think he has different versions of his.
Yeah.
My favorite song is like, there's this jam called "Trees Are the Hair of the Earth." It's just a good
Trees are the
jam.
hair-
It's a jam.
Trees are the hair of the earth.
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Chris, I have a feeling you'd be good at this.
I also
Dude.
smoke a lot of weed, so
Yeah.
there's like
My
everything he
favorite's I
does
Don't
too,
Want to
so.
Live on the Moon. You
Yeah,
know that.
true.
That you already know.
Yeah, he's
My
big in it.
kids like it. It's like, and he produces it with like talented, successful musicians throughout the country, so the music's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like Blippi or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like good music, but it's for children that like it.
Well, psychologically, there is like a fundamental process to like the notes
Yes.
and the pacing and all that stuff, right?
Well, and what's cool is how he makes like regular money. Not you guys know you release a record and people are like, you're rich. You're like, oh no, we never.
Yeah.
There's never any money involved in that.
Yeah.
Is he teaches music class to like children, so like.
And plays
Like
originals.
private schools. And,
Yeah,
it teaches them how to play
That'd be great
music.
if a bunch of 5-year-olds like, oh my God, play the hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
I spent all day eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, shit in my pants. You're not going to play the fucking hits? I don't want to hear your
is.
new shit.
Yeah, just being
You're like,
furious.
hey,
My
this
audience
isn't your
doesn't get-
writer's circle.
Yeah.
What do you do? Yeah. But what's interesting and what I love about it is because he's good with kids, I can get pointers about like, hey, I'm having trouble getting my kid to listen to this, this, and this. And he'd be like, oh, if you count down backwards, they love that shit.
Damn.
Really?
And we're just like, he's like, that's a way that I can get them to be like, the song's about to start, and it'll get their attention. And then I'll do it to my son. I'll be like, hey, in 5, 4, and he'll just be like, I was like, oh, that is weird. But it's interesting because, like we like stand-ups, you start knowing how to train a crowd or stuff, and then you realize like, oh, that's what you're doing. And it's like harder.
Yeah.
And then he pointed out, he's like, well, it's probably the same because
Drunk adults are kids.
that's what we that's what we talk about all
you're
the time.
wrangling waterheads all day long.
And I bring up the
Whether
time
you're on stage or off, dude.
one time I was in Wichita, Kansas at the Looney Bin. Rest in peace, Looney Bin.
That went under?
Yeah, finally. It didn't even go under. The guy that owned it died. So
He
it was
had the only key to the front door.
I really do think. Well, the other owner was like, there was 2 owners, and when the one dude died unexpectedly, the other guy was like, bye. I do not. I was just in this because he was still doing it.
Yeah.
And I got it. But that place was like notorious lunacy, and it was just
It was a loony bin.
Yeah.
it was a loony bin, and it was like a honky tonk where like all that was missing was the chicken wire, like in Roadhouse. At one show, and I'm not making this up, they were just so drunk, and it was like packed, which is a nightmare when the whole audience is in a blackout, but there's 250 of them.
Yeah.
So they're right.
And they're,
Yeah. It's like,
and I just pulled out my keys and started shaking it because I thought it was funny. Because
Yeah.
I was like, this is out of control. Like I'm got a guarantee. So I'm just babysitting, and I started shaking my keys like a baby, and it worked. I got the whole audience within 30 seconds. And now I didn't know what to do. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah,
do you
where
think
do you
your
go
buddy,
from there?
Do you think your buddy like took as for touring for comics, like took all this stuff in, going like, I can use all of my knowledge about how to wrangle drunk audiences, and make some money off.
Well, he was a tour manager, so he didn't do stand-up.
you got to hit him
Yeah,
with
but he's watching
I
stand.
do think he is a student of human behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
Like,
more of a psychologist.
He's really good at like, I think I call him out. He's really good at triangulation because he's like a child of divorce.
Ah,
So I
What's
can
triangulation?
where it's like
Like, and
you're kind of playing 2 people off each other.
oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Well, I don't think he knows he's doing it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of
Really?
children of divorce are masters at it.
yeah. It's also known as sociopath.
Yeah.
Well, that's if you know you're doing it.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I don't
You
know.
don't know you're doing it?
If you don't know you're doing it and you're still doing, I mean, you're still like I don't know. If you don't know that you're killing people and you're killing people, you're still
think you know you're killing
psychopath.
people.
Let him walk.
How do you not
He didn't know.
How do you not know you're killing people?
Again, I love when people meet Chris for the first time. This is a very special moment,
This
dude.
is great.
No, if you're manipulating people, but it's just so natural to you that you don't even realize you're doing it, it's still
It's talent.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You
talent.
better pull a piece of paper out and write some songs for
think so.
5-year-olds,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
I
talent.
don't think so. I think
We have a
that's
friend
crazy.
that's he's an accomplished writer that once said writing children's shows for like Nickelodeon and all the streaming channels is like a lot of money. And once you get the formula down, it's so easy
Yes.
to just tell a simple story. If you know the story structure, you can make a lot of fucking money.
I don't know. There's some real good. Did you watch Bluey?
I know all of them.
Bluey's really
First
good.
of all, he has 2 kids. How the fuck do you know Bluey?
I mean, I've got a niece and a nephew that. I hang out
Yeah,
with.
if you're around kids, you know
Yeah.
I was trying to get you in the
Bluey,
bear trap right there.
It's like they're like hipsters with what they like.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna hear about it.
yeah. It's true.
It is. You're like, this is what I'm into. And you're like, you're 48. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Dude,
is-
Blippi's the guy that had his buddy shit on, right?
Yeah, he was. I was, yeah.
I missed
know
the
this?
story. I missed the
Yeah,
story.
he was
This guy
like
that's
a
like-
failed comic,
Yeah.
right? Like open micer.
Yeah.
And I knew right away Blippi was from the Northwest because my oldest son was into him, and I was just kind of watching it and was like, this dude, I lived in Seattle for 6 years, so I was like, this dude understands algorithms.
Yeah.
That was clear from the start more than he was
Yeah.
a good, like, kids guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, some of the videos I would watch, I'm like, oh, this dude's hungover.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing all this, like, hungover. You can see it.
Who
And
was
they've-
Blippi? Was he a YouTube?
Some dude, they've replaced him,
YouTube
you know, because he
personality?
made a
Dude, he was
fortune.
on he's on the screen of the flight from Virgin Airlines coming back from Dublin or Heathrow.
The new guy is.
Blippi. The
There's
guy
a-
that shit on his buddy.
But there's a new one.
Oh, they got rid of him.
I think he probably got tired of doing it.
Yeah. Shitting
Or-
on his buddy?
Or, you know, just being like, this is a fire truck.
Dude,
you know, and
he
he's like,
made bank. That dude was making money.
so much money.
What was
Millions
the,
and millions. He
what
would
was the
dress
show?
up in a goofy outfit and act like a 3-year-old.
It was,
As
I
an
mean,
adult.
and the show got progressively better. I think more people got involved because it's
Got
a better
watered down.
show for
Yeah.
kids than the beginning ones, because the beginning ones are this hungover dude in an outfit,
Yeah.
being like, "We're here in Bellevue, Washington, and this is a fire truck," and you're like, oh, "This is
Shit.
Dude, I
this seems well, it's like the vibe."
I know, but it would hypnotize your children. People were like,
Yes.
put on Blippi.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it was like a babysitter.
Yeah.
It is. But like to me, I was watching it and being like, this is clearly some dude who understands YouTube and is trying to figure out his money making thing.
Yeah.
It's not, he didn't have a passion for any of
No, we hope.
but it
So
is.
funny. You're
You
watching
gotta
it
hope.
like, his heart's clearly not in this.
Well, I just, my friend's a kid singer, so, and then also we know so many lunatics
yeah. It's easy
that
to
are like,
spot.
I know
yeah.
algorithms, so now I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
a fucking chef. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
no, you're
yeah.
not, but
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
cook.
That's right. That was my big problem with Teletubbies. I never liked Teletubbies because they weren't. They were just. It was just gibberish, right?
Well, I think that was some, like he said,
That
they
seems
figured
like-
out some formula
Yeah,
that babies were like, cool.
yeah.
And parents are like, they shut the fuck up when that's on.
Yeah, at least
wouldn't
there's no
you?
words. That's probably
Yeah.
a parent's like dream.
I
Yeah.
have a Teletubby toy. I don't know if you know this story.
I don't.
But, so, you know, you push their bellies and they're like, Mama, damn it, or whatever they
I
do.
think, I don't even think they do that. It's
Um,
just
well,
Kawabasca.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
So they had these toys,
And
and
you're
you
like-
push their belly, and they said that their whatever the
Gibberish.
whatever the purple one says or whatever the
Yeah.
blue one. Well, this story got out that, and this was like at
Play
the-
it backwards.
Well, it was at the beginning. It was like
What you
early
fuck me?
internet, and this dude got fired from the factory that programmed them, and he still got, had 2 weeks left or whatever, and they didn't just make him go home. So he went in and programmed this one to say, and it would be like daba 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 daba, and then it would say bite my butt, and me and my
Wait,
my,
bite my butt?
it would say bite my butt. So
Holy shit.
me and my family were like, we heard about this and stuff, and like all of us are like kind of fun goofballs, and we're like, let's go to Walmart right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And we found it at Walmart.
And they
No
played
we
it.
have one. My sister, I think, still has it.
Oh, put it in a glass cube. Save that
It's
forever.
one of my favorite, because when we're going through them in the aisle at Walmart and then pushing them,
Dude.
which is already funny because they're all making a bunch of fucking noise.
You got to go to Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
And then we hit the one, and it was like, And we were all like, oh my God! And we only found one because we were like, we're buying all these and sending them to our favorite people.
Yeah.
But there was just like one, and we found it, and we have it.
Dude, it's like buying like a whole box of cards looking for like Barry Bonds rookie card. You just get a whole truckload of the purple boy.
Also, it's like I'd be after listening to all the other ones, finally getting to the one. You got to be thinking like, is it like that dress, that gold dress or whatever?
Well, we were like,
your ears are-
we were even laughing like, even this is made up. This is funny because they got us in the car and we went to Walmart and to chase this. I was like, it's even fun. Like it was like a weird scavenger hunt. And then we found it and we were like, holy fuck,
Dude.
And it was like our whole family, like moms, uncles, everyone's laughing at this thing saying. Which is like, this is not what we thought we'd be doing.
Yeah, but that is like high level marketing genius. It's like how do we penetrate the Southern American market? We make up a story that a guy that we fired
Brilliant.
said the exact words you want to hear. Yeah,
It was brilliant. It says it.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. That we were all kind of like, whoa.
So was he?
Was it mobbed? Were there other people doing it, or was it just
No,
you
it was
guys?
just my lunatic family in this thing.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Is that Shane?
Look like that guy from TV.
You doing? Hey,
What's up? Yeah, what's going on?
dude.
Does he live here? What is he doing?
He lives upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
so much more sense than he.
Yeah.
I'm just like, is that?
No, we
just
double
popping
booked
in.
once you were late.
Yeah.
We figured we'd have to
that
have somebody else.
makes
sit
more
in.
sense than him just walking in the door like that. Like, you guys give him a key? He was like, I was just seeing what y'all were doing on a Thursday.
Oh, dude, let's get back to the fucking red eye.
So, yes, sorry.
Yeah,
Let's get off the pink eye and get back in the red eye.
If you sleep good on red eyes or on planes, how did the red eye fuck you up? Your back?
I'm 42.
Yeah.
There's no good sleep on a plane.
No.
Even when you're like, because what you're
Sure.
doing, there's no REM. There's no, like, what you're
Yeah.
doing is like, you're doing this and you're trying to time travel.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's all
Yes.
I'm trying to do is time travel. I'll tell you about the best flight I've ever had was to Dublin. I got done with the tour and I drove like 24 straight hours at the end of the tour to get home to see my family for like 12 or 13 hours before I had to go.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I've only done that twice. 24 hours is
What do you mean straight? You didn't stop once?
Well, you have
I mean,
to stop
obviously
to piss and shit.
but not to sleep.
None. I've done it twice.
Dude, your kids are gonna be raised without a father. You can't be fucking.
Well, no, this is years ago. But when you're younger, you can do dumber stuff.
Yeah. You almost want to push the envelope. You're like,
The first time I did, I want to see how far I could go.
yeah.
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 And then it's 24 hours, and you start being like, "Ugh,"
Yeah.
like, oh, those
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
are there
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And you pull off and you sleep, whatever. And then this time was just like, it was like family dad stuff that I had on my mind where I was like, I just need to see him before I go across. I just need to.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I made it to Palm Springs, which is like an hour and a half outside LA.
Yeah.
And that thing started again where I was like, oh, yep, this is pretty consistent. 24 hours, I'm going to die. And then I slept, did that, hung out with the family, slept maybe a couple hours for my flight. I had a 250 milligram Rice Krispie treat.
Holy shit.
And I had that in my pocket on the way to the airport. I got to Bradley Terminal, the international terminal at LAX, which is actually nice. I've
Yeah.
always wondered about that.
Yeah.
And you get in there, you're like, oh, good. Because like when people are coming over, you're like, you don't want LAX to be their first introduction to America. Because
Yeah.
you're like, this is a nightmare. But
Yeah.
Bradley Terminal's really great and
Yeah.
nice. And you're like, all right, we've thought this through. But there's an unami burger in there. So I don't know if you guys know, when you eat edibles, you need to eat them with fat soluble, like
Yeah.
fatty stuff to make
Yeah.
them activate.
Yeah.
Because cannabis is fat soluble. So I had a unami burger, and then I was like, I'm eating this whole fucking thing. I had a first class seat, and I fell.
Took a rocket to Dublin.
I fell asleep.
Dublin's on the moon, dude.
I fell asleep before we took off, and then when we landed in Reykjavik, Iceland, the lady beside me was doing this. And I woke up. We were taxiing. We hadn't just like almost. We were taxiing in, and she goes, "Oh, thank God you're alive." And I was like, "Where are we?" And she was like, "We're in Iceland."
I love that too for her. She was like, she waited to find out if you were dead when she landed.
I think that's a smart
it's brilliant.
reason.
That's I'm
not mad at her for that because I wouldn't want to know. We're like, well, we can't do anything.
Mid-flight, there's nothing you can do. I
also,
don't
would fuck her flight up.
Yeah,
You say this guy's dead. Now I got to drop off in fucking Ukraine.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know where they're.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in the middle.
Newfoundland or something.
The country.
Yeah.
He's not our navigator.
All right, Finland, Norway. Pick one of those.
Dump him out.
Yeah,
He's dead. But I don't remember any of that. Like that was like actual time travel.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I was drugged and like so tired. But I didn't feel rested. I just felt like drugged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you stay up for 24 hours, it's hard. You need some solid sleep in order to get that back.
Yeah, but it depends. Like the whole thing is the red eye. Chris and I got sent the flight information from Shane's agent. Shane's in first class. I shit the bed. I had like an hour to upgrade us to basically Comfort Plus for Virgin. Sure. Yeah. It's a huge difference. There's only 2 seats. You got double the width. It's like this. It's almost like first class on many flights for the international. It's 8 hours.
The business class on an international flight is like
amazing.
You're flying private a little bit inside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I waited an hour because I hadn't spoken to him yet. I was like, we should upgrade. As soon as I opened the app, gone. Oh. So now we're in fucking regular class, and it did go back a bit.
It was pretty good.
It was it's good if you could sleep. You could sleep on planes. I can't sleep on planes.
Well, they do. I will say on international flights, they will accommodate even the shittier people better.
They just give them boosts.
We were Virgin Atlantic too. It was
but
nice.
I think it's just because they're like, if we treat them nicer, they're nicer to us.
Yes.
Yes. So, and we're in here for at least 8 hours.
100%.
So I think,
it should be treated that way.
Yes.
Yeah. Except that one bitch that told me I couldn't piss. She got real upset. I was like, I have to pee. The only good-looking woman on the plane was like, "Sir," she pulled out. I was waiting in the middle of the plane because they told us to go to the middle of the plane to piss. Mm-hmm. She's staring at me. She's already mean mugging me. And I see her and I just look down. I'm like, she's going to be a problem. She unhooks this thing and just talks about how dangerous it is to be standing while the seatbelt sign is on. We would appreciate if no one just meanders around the middle
this is
of
the flight attendant.
Yes. And I start looking at my feet again going, she can't be this fucking serious. I just got to, I almost want to tell her I got to do a number 1. I'm only going to do 1. No 2, I'll be out of your hair. She hangs up and she goes, you're still here. Didn't I just say? And I was like, I just have to pee real quick.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, the attitude on this bitch's face.
You could have been like, well, you didn't have to do the whole plane. You could have just told me. You
well,
psycho.
she was thinking, I was like, as soon as the plane thing came on, like, I got to get out of here. It's like, I know what you're doing. Yeah. You're riling up. You're a fucking, dude, you are. You,
they're heightening the situation. It is not
for no reason. It's because she's a dramatic little twat.
Yeah.
She's a toll
you
booth
said the
operator.
Twat thing, but the dramatic part is definitely true.
No, she's a double twat, one dramatic. 2 twats, 1 dramatic. This bitch fucking sucked, dude.
I guess when she points and goes, you, that is a twatty
and then
move.
she hung up her little microphone real aggressively.
There's a
I was talking to you, and then she goes like this. She goes, "Sir, I'm gonna have to report you." And I was like, "To who? To who?
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean? That way, report me so I never come back to Dublin? I'm not coming back to this shithole anyway. And I'll also never take a red eye, so you'll never see me again.
Well, I would let's examine that real quick. Because this is where my smart ass, the Philly is like, you guys get emotional. The hillbilly to me, I get analytical where I'm like, so you're going to report me to like the authorities and tell him like he wouldn't sit down when I vaguely told everyone to sit down.
Yes.
Well, this is what I said to him. Once you land, she's changing that story.
Yeah, I hit
to
her.
Something insane.
I touched her
Oh, that's a good
inappropriately.
It was crazy.
Oh, she's
turbulence.
doing.
He
You're
wouldn't
right.
see
The
the
narrative, why
scene.
she's looking at him is like, no, I know what you did.
Yeah.
And
There's
he's
no
like,
way,
Yeah.
There's no way she's writing a report going, turbulence
it's
had
the
kind of
lady.
started.
Yeah.
and he
It's the
sort of
lady
needed-
walking her dog
Yeah.
in Central Park, and he's like,
Yeah.
"There's the guy." And
Yeah.
he was just filming. He's like, "What do you think is gonna happen?"
I should have went quietly, and I was like, I'll wait. And I should have went back to my seat,
Dude.
and pissed myself. And then I should have started crying like a toddler. Once the seatbelt sign came off, I should have waddled to the front, screaming for my mom. And say, I tried to go. I also tried.
Go back.
Dude, they were bad. I was sitting. We were like sitting on the tarmac for like an hour.
2 hours. No, it was 2 hours.
2 hours. But on the way there, we were sitting on it for like an hour.
Is
Just
this
like,
JFK?
Yeah.
No.
Well, this was leaving. We got a 2 hour delay coming back, leaving Heathrow. But when we
that's
left,
just super busy.
Yeah,
The airport is crazy.
they're like system shut down. I think
That's
there's like
awesome.
something.
Their radar shut down, so they do
But-
it manually.
That's good.
So like,
That's good.
this-
That gives you confidence.
yeah.
so everybody else is snoozing. Shane's laying down first class, so he missed the
He's
whole
got the
2 hour
lay down
delay.
thing?
Yeah,
He
he missed the whole 2 hour delay. He wakes up, the plane's still here. He's like, "What are we doing? Fucking still
That'd
here."
be like me coming out of the Rice Krispie treat stupor, and we're still in the like
Yeah,
I've been asleep for like 6
yeah,
hours,
yeah,
and we're
yeah.
like we're still in LA, and you're like, what?
The whole purpose of this
How? I
nap.
could have been at my house.
Dude, that happened to my brother in Australia. He was coming back from Australia and he took like a melatonin or something, and he passed out and he woke up and he was like, I felt amazing, and we were like on the tarmac and I went like, holy shit, I did it. I did it. I slept through a 20-hour flight.
It was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, I love when people
I think they had been on the tarmac for like 4 hours. They just hadn't taken off.
Oh.
He was like, oh.
Why's everyone so pissed? We're here.
Dude, well, I was sitting there and I had my seat reclined because we're just not doing anything. And the lady comes through and is like, she just goes, can I get your seat back up then? And I started like going to press the button, and she just hit the button herself and pulled my seat back up. And I was like,
Nope.
Oh my God,
That's
I'm gonna get kicked off this flight. Like I'm about to be in a viral video where I like fucking murder a stewardess. And
I don't know, dude. She was a brute. I should have been running
I've
odds in the
never
back
been
going,
more mad.
yeah, she was a fucking monster.
That is.
Oh, it was insane. And they would just come by and go, can I get your window shade down there? It's about to be bright out.
This is the whole.
And like, dude, just
What accent is that?
I don't,
Where are
I
they
don't
from?
fucking
he
know.
mixes them all up.
Yeah, from the gas pump, Mint Mobile.
Whoa.
From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. There's one company out there. Fucking Mint Mobile is getting political out here.
Well, you have to these days.
Thankfully, there's one company out there that's
There's an
giving-
election coming up.
I know. It'd be so funny. It's just in the middle of the Mint Mobile. It's like, vote
Trump.
Yeah. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Okay, by going online and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. You can't beat that.
Crazy.
Deal. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get that plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/stuff. That's mintmobile.com/stuff. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/stuff.
Chris, can you believe we've had 7 months without NFL football? Guess what, baby?
It's crazy.
5 days.
Has it
5
been
days.
7
The birds hit the grass against the Patriots. That scumbag franchise that I'm going to watch cry themselves to sleep for for the next 5 to 10 years. Not a bad squad, but you're going to get fucked up.
Who is this?
We're playing the Patriots on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know this yet, but as soon as you pass out, I'm painting your face Saturday night. You're going to get fired up for the game.
mean,
we got plans. Haven't told you them yet.
A lot of people think that this move they made with Mac Jones is a vote of confidence. I don't think it is
I
at
like
all.
that tall fucking weird robot.
I like Mac Jones, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's kind of like Daniel Jones. They're just extraordinarily athletic white guys that don't look it, but they could turn it on.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Jones, his speed is outrageous. Mac Jones aren't.
Yeah.
They're going to put their pieces together. I think they're going to be all right.
God, being a quarterback in New York stinks.
Oh, you imagine?
There hasn't been like a flashy fuck you and your mother quarterback in New
Aaron
York.
Rodgers, baby.
I know. But I'm saying like from
Yeah, the last
day
20 years.
one, yeah.
Well, good thing that's over. NFL's here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner in the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1. This week, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you just bet $5 on any NFL game. That's $200 instantly if you only bet $5 on any NFL game. DraftKings is hooking up everyone with game day greatness. All customers can take advantage of 2 new offers every single game day this September. Check the app to see what you get. Download now and use code Stuff Island to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code Stuff Island. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours.
Yeah. Go win big.
Hold on, I should say this. You have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. You know?
Yeah.
Just in case, dude.
Yeah. If you do have a gambling problem, get help. And but if you don't,
Have fun.
fucking
Let it rip, dude.
I say take ND over Ohio State. I like the way Notre Dame's looking.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we
We'll
will
be
be
there
there.
for that game.
And I'm excited to see what they do. They finally got a quarterback with a little swagger. All right. It's a go get your window shade down and about to be bright out.
That's
So
just an
shut the
angry woman from like
don't-
4 or 5 different places.
Yeah, Norway, Finland, Argentina.
Right, can I get your seat back up then?
No, they-
Dude, shut
That's
the
a-
fuck up.
That
Yeah.
is a combination of every angry woman from everywhere that's ever pissed you off.
It's all his ex-girlfriends. No, they for some reason, people in London, they make you throw the slide up. The shade,
they-
the
no,
window
do that,
shade.
They do that here now.
Really?
I've noticed that
This dude
past
was sneaking.
year.
You didn't even notice the guy
50-50.
in our row to the left of me was conked, dude.
Yeah, dude.
She made the
my
middle
God.
person. She made the middle
my
person
God.
throw the shade up. He didn't move.
Oh my, dude, that drives me fucking.
Also, it's his
crazy.
choice.
Yes.
You spend money.
Yes.
You get in that fucking
Yes.
window seat. It's your choice whether or not you want
Well,
that fucking
also,
thing
yeah,
up.
it's like a little warm, so you get like a little warm thing because sometimes the plane's too cold. Like,
Yeah.
that is your thing.
It's an eye
Yes.
mask after fucking 8 hours of flight.
Yeah.
Have
it's
you
an
ever
eye
flown
mask.
Spirit?
Yes.
You can be
I
honest.
think
we
yes.
all have.
Yeah,
we all
yeah.
have.
3 times like 8 years ago.
Because they
Yeah.
get you when you're like, oh, $7 for an airplane flight. You're
Yeah.
like, well, let's see what that's about.
Yeah.
They charge for the fire escape.
Yeah.
They
Wait, what?
they charge extra to sit in the fire
Oh yeah. In the emergency
exit
exit.
one. They charge extra.
I thought you were
for-
talking about there's like a
Yeah.
set of chairs.
Yeah.
They might for that too.
That comes down.
Where it's a if you land, you're like,
Yeah.
hey, you can either jump out or you can pay the thing and you can take the slide.
Yeah, once
And
a
you're like,
cigarette
"Damn
lights a
it."
chair on fire, just openly smoking.
It's so funny.
But I just
if
think
the
that's
emergency
funny.
exit was coin operated. Yeah.
It's like 15 extra. It's like $15 extra to. I just get a little more responsibility. In
Yeah.
this
yeah,
flight.
yeah.
Where it's like usually it's like you can't sit there because you.
Yeah.
I've
You're
seen people
supposed to be
say
a
no
hero.
before,
Yeah.
and that was really funny. There's some lady.
Oh, when you were in the aisle and they're
Yeah.
saying, "Are you willing?"
Yes, because I've been on a million flights, never. And then one time this lady was like, "Oh no, I couldn't do that," and they're like, "Well, you can't sit here," and she was like, "Well, there's more room." But it was.
Wait.
I love
yes.
this lady.
I
love this lady.
It was one of those flights
wait.
where you're just sitting there and you're like,
She denied the responsibility to save others so she can have more leg room.
it was. She seemed
How
genuinely.
fat is this lady?
She wasn't. I mean, she
know.
wasn't. So she wasn't a fitness person for sure. I would say she was probably mid 60s, not in terrible shape, but not like she was overweight for sure. But it was like I don't think she would have been totally capable of doing it.
But to answer that question seriously, it must
That's
have
what
been her first flight.
I was so yes, like everyone in this room.
Yeah.
It was like the comedian in me was like, huh.
Yeah.
What did you think any of this was?
Yeah.
Where I do think it was like she doesn't fly. It was like, oh, well, this has more room. I'll do this.
She took it literally like, I have to save the rest of this plane. I can't do that.
Well, I think she thought, no, I can't pull, because they were like, hey, are you capable of pulling the thing and doing the thing and helping people out
but there's
first?
there's three people in the aisle and then three on the other side. She thought it was up to her because she was the closest to the fucking rig.
So fascinating. Because like everyone else, you're just like, yeah. And then in your head, you're like, I don't know if I will or not.
Yeah.
I might. If it's bad enough, I will just jump out on it.
Yeah. It better be easy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help people out. I'll be
That's
the
what
first one out the door.
I'll open the door all proper and get out. The door will be open.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I don't know about. I'm not 100% that I will help other people.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how dramatic and crazy this might be.
Dude, the 2-hour tarmac delay, like we have tolerance for many things, right? So leaving Dublin, they took us on a 2-mile trek to get to our gate, thinking, all right, once we get to the gate, we'll have time to have some breakfast, a couple Bloody Marys or something, and we'll wait. Nope. We walked 2 miles to get to this little shithole, and then we waited for a bus. When our 20 minutes out, the bus took us 100 yards. So it took a bunch of freckled fucking bags of shit. 100 yards, and then we sat there for another 20 minutes, and then we walked on the tarmac.
Whoa.
To the plane, and you have to go either the front or the back. That
It's
puddle
like Burbank,
jumped.
right?
Huh?
Burbank's like that.
Well, there was a couple, like, we got to the airport, waited in a line to get through security, right?
Are you talking about Dublin Airport?
Yeah, this is Dublin.
Mayhem.
Their security is lax.
Yes.
When I went to do the
But the
comedy
process
festival, I
is
was
10 times
pissed
more.
because I was like, I could have brought so much weed.
Yeah,
You guys do not care. They were just like, hey, you got freckles, get in here.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep talking about flights, but it's like they treat you, especially on the 2-hour layover or the tarmac hold, was like you're watching adults being treated like toddlers, and they're excited. So every 30 minutes, you'd hear from somebody, they get excited, and then they would just throw you a bag of 2-ounce snacks. And everybody would eat the snacks and start smiling again. And then they would get a little juice. And then they'd be like,
But these are
won't
people who
at one
don't
point
travel, though. So they...
Dude, it's a whole school of 5-year-olds. You're like, I know you're upset because we haven't moved in an hour and a half. Who wants snacks? And everyone's like, I don't think I fucking snacks.
But they're on a field trip.
At one point,
They're on an adventure.
They're on a field trip.
Yeah, they're on a field trip.
We are at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are losing our fucking mind.
Yeah, and we are shaking without booze.
Well, yes, or like, we can't smoke weed on here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
an outrage.
Yeah.
And like, here's peanuts. You're like, no.
Yeah.
At one point, they gave the whole plane a popsicle.
I got a popsicle.
I'm not kidding.
I ate his popsicle.
I took it. I
ate his popsicle.
I took it because I was like,
that was the best part.
I took it because I was like, I'm not going to not take whatever they're giving me. And then I felt it and it was cold. I was like, they just give me a fucking popsicle? I don't want a popsicle.
I'm telling you, it's fucking preschool. It's preschool.
It wasn't even...
Flying in the air as an adult is going to preschool.
And it wasn't even like a good pop. It was just frozen apple juice.
I got 2 bags of Fritos and a
was
fucking
frozen
frozen apple pop.
I'm so upset. Like, I'm like physically upset for you guys. When they're like, here's a popsicle, I'd be like, fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then I couldn't piss.
That reminds me of like in college.
I should have took an unwrapped popsicle and just put it out my zipper like, are you sure?
Let's say in college, some classes had an attendance policy.
Yeah.
Oh, it used to drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I'm paying you.
Yeah, I'll show up when I want.
And if you give me the syllabus and I get an A on everything that's in that thing and I don't come once, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if you don't come, you get dropped a letter grade. And you're like, fuck off. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't get TSA pre-check for like 2 years until my wife. She's like, why won't you get it? You fly all the time. I was like, because it's extortion.
It is.
They created an obstacle
It's
on purpose.
it's Disneyland like speed pass.
And then they created a thing, and she goes, you are absolutely right, but you have $85, and you fly a lot, so just pay the fucking tax.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hate that you make so much sense.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're right about the principle. And, it pats me on the
Yeah,
head. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
And now they have Clear or whatever,
Clear's-
which I can't give
Robbery.
my retinas to a
Fucking
private
robbery.
company.
I mean,
But I will
that's
say,
a losing battle.
fucking Dublin. Shout out Dublins. Dublin fans. They
Do you
were.
have an iPhone?
Those shows were fucking unbelievable.
Oh,
Yeah.
the crowds.
The boys.
Yeah, the
Oh,
crowds
holy
are-
Christmas.
yeah.
I was,
They came out.
and I went to a festival. They didn't know who the fuck I was, but
They're fans of comedy. Dude.
They liked what I was putting down.
Nice.
And I loved every second. of
Yeah,
that.
they were great, dude.
It
Fans
was-
were great.
Yes.
Everyone we talked to was great. City's wonderful. When I said shithole, I meant the airport.
It
And
is
that
a
fucking
show.
dumb bitch stewardess.
It is a show. They know it is. They
They're
know.
also-
They're honest. That's what's cool about Ireland is like, you know how here people like we all like society is kind of two-faced about everything. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
you can't say this. Not in Ireland.
Yeah.
They're like, no, they're Catholic. They'll molest you. Blah, blah, blah. Like
Yeah.
everyone's just like open
Yes.
about all that shit. And you're like, yeah, this is how I am.
Yeah.
Dude, and everyone,
Yes.
yeah, everyone like is funny. We got to the venue.
It's like Philly.
Shane had gotten there before us, so and I think we were grabbing a beer outside the theater, and we walk in. We go to the guy standing at the front door, and we're like, we're on the show, and he goes, oh, can I be on Twitch? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, go through, lads. And we went through. There's
No,
another
no,
guy.
no.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
oh, yeah,
Then
second
there's
guy.
another guy. And we're like, yeah, where's the green room? And he was like, pfft, and he just points downstairs to the toilets. And I was like, no, seriously, we're on the show. Where's the green room? And he was like, down there.
Down there.
I'm serious.
Stupid
Yeah, we
fuck.
went down there and it was just toilets.
We came back
Yeah.
up and some fan recognized
Yes,
us, took
yeah.
a picture, and he goes, oh, all right. Oh, yeah, upstairs, eh?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
You're
It
upstairs.
was so funny.
Well, I'm
No.
sure he's like, even if they are part of the show, it's funny. I sent him to the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's like.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, he's just an old guy. He didn't care. He was just being fun. Yeah.
That's,
Oh, can I be on it with you? Get in here, lads.
Dude, it was fucking great.
the people, the way that they drink too is awesome because I pointed out to my dad, it was like midnight after the shows and we were walking from some park and it was one of those drinking streets, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, you notice how this is different than America? And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, no one has bothered us.
Yeah.
Everyone's in a blackout, like just hammer drunk. But if we were in anywhere on a drunk street in America,
Yeah. You're getting fucked with.
someone's fucking with us or
Yeah.
yelling with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
And he's like, holy fuck. No one has. I was like, it's like we don't even exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
that
how a
part was,
poet
like,
describes, like when a poet describes like a drunken street in London. You know what I mean? Like you just see like two guys like walking along. That in America they'd be like, "Look at this fucking dickhead pants.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Actively
wrong
trying
with
to
you?
pick a
Your
fight.
girlfriend's fat, idiot."
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good.
I don't
good
like
time.
you saying fat. Women are decent, and they're beautiful.
All of them.
They're all of them.
They're-
Every
we-
single one
yeah.
of them.
Every single one of
They're
them.
so beautiful.
Never met a
Well,
mean.
they had the good sense not to be hanging out in the places we were hanging out in.
True.
I think, dude, every bar we were in, it's like there's no fan, there's no air circulating at all. It's just a group of dudes standing in their own farts
True.
the
you-
whole time.
I saw some beautiful women when I was there. Everybody's like
Yes.
overwhelming. I think as someone with freckles, it's just you're just like, yeah, everyone is sexy with freckles. This
Gotta
is
say, no.
see,
yeah.
I know. Look at your hair though.
No, but
beautiful
like
hair
I'm not
and,
even
like,
doing.
different
No, I'm not even
standard.
doing
Yeah.
that. I'm not even
No.
doing that. I'm not even doing that. I think it was just because we had a show on Thursday, 2 show Friday, and then we didn't go into the city until like Saturday for the Notre Dame game,
well, you
little
went
bit
to
Sunday.
places that weren't.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in the
didn't go
middle
into-
of Dublin in
yeah,
a park.
yeah.
And people, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't experience that too
Up
much.
up there, well, yeah, up there like around St. Stephen's Green, and I think I don't know if it's west of there is where it's nice, and it feels.
I
like
heard the same
there's-
thing. I heard the men and women are beautiful.
Yeah.
up there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
But we were straight in like touristy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We
like
were like
it's
Temple
like
Bar kind of area.
Chelsea and
Yeah, I didn't get
Soho,
there.
like that
I didn't
kind
get
of.
there.
That's kind of like those type pretty people. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
wow, even the men here are
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
handsome. Like
Everybody's
I was just
told
down
us
there
to go to,
today.
like-
It was like, God damn.
Kilkenny or Donegal or the cliffs, like all the things you're supposed to do. It's a whole different trip.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't do any of that because it's like northern. It takes.
Yeah.
You got
I
to get
wanted
in a car
to,
for 2 hours and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but if you're working,
Yeah.
there's no.
No,
But I think one day, Joe List, who's savvy, took a train up to where like Bono lives and that, and
Yeah,
then took
Belfast
a train
and stuff.
somewhere
Yeah,
in there,
yeah.
and then came back was like, oh, he's like, it's really crazy nice up there. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's like where just anyone famous from Ireland lives like in this one part of.
Someone was saying that. Yeah, someone was saying Belfast is cooler than Dublin. It's
Well,
like
we
a
went to like the
nicer
Times
city.
Square of Dublin, right?
Well, you
Isn't
did.
that what, like-
you did? I never went. Oh, the Temple Bar thing?
Yeah, isn't that like Times
Nah,
Square?
it's just like it's. I guess it is kind of Times Square. Yeah, you're saying it's like shitty tourist trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
We
got a
went
nice
to the
jacket.
library, that
Yeah.
old library, the Book of Celts, like one of the oldest books in the world.
See,
Yeah,
It was cool.
Yeah,
I didn't
It's
get any
cool.
of it. I didn't get any
yeah,
of
I
it.
know. we were shitheads about it for sure.
Well, we're also because of the red eye ruined everything. I'm
Yeah,
blaming on
yeah.
the red eye.
No, it's.
Yeah.
I took one Sunday night to here. Had these
Oh,
plans.
you just took one.
Yes, it's because I thought it was the family thing. I was like, I could spend an extra day with them
Mm-hmm.
before I come in to do. And flew into Newark from LAX. The plane was delayed like an hour and a half. We didn't get on it, which was nice. You know what I mean? We weren't just on the tarmac.
yeah,
train.
yeah, yeah.
And then, no, there was just like not good sleep. It was that kind of like,
Yeah, dude,
sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
I kicked his poor.
yeah, yeah,
Dude,
dude.
I
Yeah,
know I
that
do.
kind-
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, kicking shit.
I,
Dude, I won't.
I kicked this
swatted up.
poor Indian kid, dude.
Just
like 3
everyone's just like
times.
sorry. I know everyone's awful. And
Yeah.
then Newark, I was gonna take the train in because I was like, it's pretty easy. And I just woke up just so like fuck all this. I was like, I'm gonna get a lift, and then that was a nightmare. Newark Airport is like I described
worst.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I described I was like, oh, I forget because I usually take the train. It's not a problem, but like Newark Airport is like. I like Manhattan because everyone's aware there are 150 people around you at all times, and they're acting accordingly. In Newark, 150 people are around you at all times, but motherfuckers act like it's a small town.
Yeah.
And they're just like, nah, I'm going to get in the car as slow as I want. And you're like, there's 70 cars
Yeah,
behind you.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck all you motherfuckers. And then this kid pulled up and he's like, get in. I was like, boom, let's go. In that weird New York City area kind of way where you're like, this ride could cost $20, or he could be like, that'll be $1,000.
Yeah, but whatever, we're moving.
Yeah, and we're on our way, and
pay
he
whatever
seems
it
like,
Dude,
yes.
yeah, that shit fires me up. There was like before we landed, there was a big line for the bathroom on the plane, and people were washing their hands, and I was just like, what are you, out of your fucking mind?
This is his.
There's a time crunch here.
Support of
Everyone's
not
got to
washing
piss.
his hands.
Just fucking
You would
piss
love
and move.
China.
Yeah, I bet I would.
Do you know that they?
He doesn't
like,
wash his hands when he has 3 days alone here.
Yeah,
It's got nothing to do with the airport run.
yeah.
Well, like in
But
China,
still,
at the bus
someone being
station,
like,
there's
scrub up in
3
a
to
tiny
urinal.
sink.
Did you know
What?
that? There's 3 to a urinal.
Oh,
At
really?
in China, at like public restrooms.
Yeah.
My
Wait,
buddy
that's
talks about that.
crazy.
He was like, the first time he went, he was
3
like,
guys in one urinal?
he was like, he walked up, pulled his dick out, and 2 dudes came right up and just started pissing right next to him. He was like, "What?" And then he looked and he was like, "Oh, I'm in their culture." Okay,
Right.
this is-
Yeah.
Well, that's also because their belly button acts like a hood to protect their
I
penis.
think that is the science of it. That is.
Why not do the trough?
That's what Dublin is.
Yeah,
it was all
Dublin has
troughs.
the trough.
We didn't ask. I don't know. I've never been to China. I don't-
yeah.
Dude,
I would
imagine
also
taking
be
a
like,
piss and
hey,
just two
let's
fucking-
just
Yeah.
not.
Here's a fork and here's a trough. Fix it. Yeah.
They take over America. They take over America like 5 years later. They're the two missing ingredients.
Here's the fork.
We're all speaking Chinese
That's
in
the
10
problem.
years.
Yeah, that's what's holding it back. So everyone's holding in a piss because the lines are too
We have
long.
evidence. Chris gave him a fork.
That isn't like
Change their whole society.
I learned one day. I decided I'm going to learn how to use chopsticks.
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
did.
it's great.
And
It feels great. Yeah.
but there is no reason to.
No.
No.
You're right.
No.
I never thought
There's-
about that.
But
I
it's
took-
like hitting a 3-pointer. You grab a piece of pork and a little bit of nude.
dude.
It's the best.
I look
Yeah.
around like, you see that?
It is
Yeah.
when you figure out how to do it. You
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're
And
right.
every time you're at like a dinner with multiple people and you can do it, you're like, thank God, dude.
Yes.
Thank God I'm not the fucking guy who's like just just spinning them in his hands. Basically.
You just stabbing
no,
one.
we just can't figure out how to fucking
Just
Just-
burying one, sticking to a meat
Just
You know
ball.
what
using
someone
two
did-
fucking tree limbs. It's
the
just-
way that the hand behaves when someone doesn't know how to, like the way that
Yeah.
it is.
It's like seeing that kid write in cursive, but he has like
Yeah.
the pencil through the bottom fingers.
Oh, that
who
is-
fucking hate you?
Yeah,
Or who didn't hate you?
Or you watch some people use a pen or a pencil and you're like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
yeah. Like
I got a
instead
buddy
of
that
like
goes
this,
through
it's
these
like this.
fingers.
Remember the first time you
Yeah.
saw a left-handed person write? You're like, what are you doing?
Time stopped. I had to ask my dad about left-handed kids.
They're just erasing it.
My
as
mom's
they-
left-handed. I never noticed it till one of my friends. I was like, why you write like that? And you're like, I'm left-handed. And you're like, that's hard.
Yeah, dude. It looks so.
Don't do it like that.
Or you working scissors?
Dude, my buddy used to write like this, like with the pinky at the bottom.
Yeah, that's
and
insane.
I know, but it actually is a way more comfortable grip.
Of course.
The pinky at the bottom?
Yeah, like he holds the pen up here and like guides with his pinky.
Kind of like a chopstick, really.
Yeah,
It's
like
also-
it's like yeah.
There's no fucking way you're supporting this.
Dude, it
You're
actually
saying grab it here and guide
because
your
I would do it like this, like through the Holy Trinity.
like a normal human being.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I go here.
I just recently learned how to use a chef's knife
Yeah,
the proper way.
yeah.
Where you like hold it.
You bounce in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you pinch on the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
You
in just
goddamn-
holding that goddamn thing.
you
And I was like,
goddamn right,
oh, no
though.
wonder people can do this so well.
Yeah. Well,
Some of them.
you got work.
Wait, you pinch the
Oh, I
blade?
have a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
but
you go up to the top of the handle, and you pinch just above the handle on the blade.
Interesting.
You're balancing the weight on your middle finger.
Yeah.
So the weight of the
Okay.
steel
Yeah.
and the weight of the wood
You,
should balance.
So
and
with the
you
right
can use
You'll
it a
pinch.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
It's why you
Yeah,
rock.
it's more accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Shout out Hexclad.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, Hexclad knives.
Is
We'll
that
see
the
if they're
knife?
balanced. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I have a Victorinox.
Victor, I got a yeah.
It was like affordable, and then I read afterwards.
Great
people,
reviews though.
Yeah, people were like, it's like
For its price point, it's a very good knife.
that's. And I just read. I'm reading Anthony Bourdain's first book,
Dude.
Kitchen Confidential.
Kitchen Confidential. You've never read it? It's
No.
incredible.
I was a server for years too, so it's just like
It speaks to you as well.
it is this thing of like, oh, there is like it's like a romance to that life that
Yeah.
I had to consciously be like, you got to get out of this shit
Yeah.
because it.
Did you enjoy any of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like working in a restaurant. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Dude, it's so
Yeah.
fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
You realize like, oh, you should work at good ones.
Yeah.
so
of
you
course.
make more money. It's the same work,
Yeah.
so you should work where people spend more money.
Yeah.
So those little things like that, but like I loved it.
Yeah.
That and working on a golf course were my two. Besides, I was like maintenance. I wasn't like
Yeah.
cart boy.
But even that's fun.
oh, it
Dude,
was-
I landscaped, which is not that, but it's similar.
it's the same thing.
It's
I'm landscaping
almost,
a golf course.
It's
is what it
almost
was.
like golfing in that you're in your own head. You have a job that seems monotonous, but it's detail oriented,
yes,
and you become
you
it's
feel
zen.
accomplished every
It's
day.
Zen. Yes,
Like they wouldn't.
dude, you're fucking raking a bunker alone.
Yeah, I would love to
That-
work
they-
under a groundskeeper.
It's
would
awesome.
Be, yeah.
It was awesome. It
Cutting
was,
the green. I still don't know how green gets.
It's a special kind of mower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was good
And
at
grass.
cutting those.
Special kind of grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then a
You
lot
ran
of
the big
it's-
guy, the sitting one. Or
I
you go to
could
the
do
small
the,
guy.
I would do the sitting one with the greens. They would not let me. I only got to do the fairways once because I was a baseball player And you know how they would, they do Boston, they put the Red Sox, they do different designs.
Yeah.
So
Cross hatching.
the day they let me do the fairways,
You were drunk.
I mean, good chance, especially then.
You're just all blippy out there.
Well, yeah. Well, I took it so serious because I was like, fuck yeah. And I made these cool designs because you could with those machines.
Yeah.
And I was like pretty proud of it. I was like, this is fun. And the head greens guy was like a volunteer assistant baseball coach. That's how I got the job.
Yeah.
And I was like, Casey's gonna fucking love this shit because it looks like the Red Sox.
Fuckface.
And then middle of the day, he was like, hey. And I was like, yeah, what's up? He's like, you can't do the fairways anymore. And I was like, what? He's like, the regulars, they don't like it. There's a bunch of old men that play every day.
Yeah.
That's who
So it fucked him up.
They didn't like
Wait,
it.
are you
It
saying there
wasn't-
wasn't cross hatching prior to, and they didn't like
Well,
the way it looked?
there would be like a
Columns.
columns,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
similar. You could see the design or whatever, but it was like pretty standard,
Yeah.
consistent. And then one day, I came in with like some zigzags and doing different,
Yeah.
which I was doing. It was like, looking back, it was like cool what I was doing because I was playing with the lay of the course and all that, and making
Yeah.
the thing.
That's art.
But
It
those-
was art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is.
And these guys that, and I understand the business part of it too, is like these motherfuckers played every day.
Yeah.
This is who we're moving the hole for every
and-
day because
yeah.
they're playing every day.
Yeah.
And they love
need
to
it.
pretend like the cross hatching versus the normal run of the grass is deeply affecting their
Yeah.
game. It's like,
That's
dude,
what Casey said. He was like, well, they're
Christ.
saying the lay of the thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
they're not that good at
No.
golf.
Yeah. I would have
And he
broke
started
100.
laughing. He's like, no, they're not. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, they're barely accounting for the wind. I bet they're
No,
just
they're
hitting the
just
ball
drunk
at the
dudes
hole.
that need a place to walk every day.
Yeah. 100%.
That is all it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I loved it.
But
'Cause
landscape architects are true artists.
Artists.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to go to school to figure out. You look at an acre or two.
Frederick Law.
I
Olmsted.
almost majored in turf management before I found stand up because
Yeah. Really?
that was a major at this school I was going to, and I didn't know what I wanted to do after I quit playing baseball, and I was like, I like that job. And you're
Yeah.
right. You learn how soil and all this chemicals, all that shit works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was cool. I had a baseball coach. His best friend was the groundskeeper for the Chattanooga Lookouts. So there was like a career path I could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like fun. Like you said, you're just
Yeah.
outside every
Dude,
day. Kind
it's fulfilling, dude.
It was nice.
Yeah.
But then I found stand up and I was like,
I'll ruin all my desires.
yeah.
I would love to be I would love to be a groundskeeper for like a professional football team or like a soccer team.
Baseball's where it's at.
Baseball?
Because like football or soccer is like, it's like mowing a lot. And you're just kind of tending to it. But baseball, you have to deal with the dirt. You have to deal with the mound. You have to there's every day there's
Oakland
more games.
Raiders. If you're going football, you got to go Oakland because you get a baseball diamond.
Not anymore.
And
No,
I know.
that's hell.
The old school, that
Yeah.
would have been it.
Those are my teams.
That
and
would have been it.
They're all going to Vegas.
Yeah. Damn, you must be hurt, huh?
It is weird to be like,
Yeah.
because I'm from Tennessee, so I like the Raiders and the
Well,
A's.
Titans weren't around.
They didn't show up till I was in college.
Yeah, so fuck that.
I mean, I keep up with them. I don't give a fuck. It's like they were the Oilers. my
Well,
whole
you
life.
Yeah.
dude. 0 to 10 is when you ingratiate yourself with an organization.
It was
If you come at
Bo
me at
Jackson?
25, I don't give a shit.
Bo Jackson.
You're number 2.
That's why I like the Raiders.
Yeah.
And then the A's
Yeah.
was Jose Canseco and Mark Guire, and
You know Bo
Yeah.
Jackson had to put his dick on the top of the toilet so it wouldn't fall in the water?
I believe it.
Yeah. True.
Did you know that Steve McNair used to have to wrap his like a fucking
Pinwheel?
like a cinnamon roll? It was
Dang.
so fucking big.
Fruit by the foot.
Yep.
I like that.
Heard that rumor from 2 different people.
Yeah.
Like that one of those were like,
Yeah,
huh,
McNair's
that may
got a
be
huge-
true.
Aaron McNair has to have a hog.
That's crazy.
Manute Bowl could tie his dick in a knot. But that makes sense. He's like 7'5".
Wow.
I would try.
But the
that.
Bo
wonder if
Jackson
that's
thing.
true, yeah.
Yeah. Look it up.
I mean,
I feel like that's like something bad happens when you tie your dick in a knot. You know what I mean?
I don't think you would go
Like,
real
I feel
tight,
like
dude.
I feel
Well, yeah,
like
you're
a
not
curse
like-
loose tie.
I feel like some type of curse comes out or something. Like there's like
He grows an inch every time.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. It's like a.
You know, it's like one of those things where
You know,
you're like,
you
can
wish
I, like,
it was
twist
bigger,
my...
and then it got bigger, and you're like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I got dumber.
No, but it's like, you know, like people like sometimes get their balls twisted up, and it's like
Yeah, that's
it's a huge problem.
No.
Yeah, it's like a big problem.
I
You'd
have
think you could
bigger
like spin your balls
balls
around and then unspin them.
Dude, you
no,
got
that
long...
is a thing. But I have like bigger balls than most.
Do you have long nuts or big balls?
Big balls.
I got big balls, no sack. He's got long nuts.
I got long balls.
They're like long.
Yeah. I've got one of them's pretty big too.
Mine is.
Jesus.
But
Mine are bigger, but they're like tight. Yeah, they don't hang unless it's like crazy hot or something.
Yeah.
Like I've been in a hot tub for too long.
oh, I'm like,
But I didn't. You don't know you have big balls till like a lady tells you or something.
Yeah, and usually if
Yeah.
a woman's like, wow, your balls are big,
Yeah.
it's them insulting you and feeling weird about it.
well, yeah. If they make that face and they go, "Wow, your balls are,"
There's a
If
dude.
a girl's like, you have long nuts,
but if they're
That's-
playing with him and they go, "You have huge balls,"
No.
well, that's a
girl
weird
likes
sign.
playing with
If they're like
balls.
doing like, that's not.
dude, if,
what
yeah,
are you talking
not
about?
great.
girl loves playing with your nuts. She's a piglet.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. That's
you need to spear that thing and
because
put it
like,
on.
if we're being
Put it
honest,
on a
like,
grill.
no one should look at those and be like, "Wow, those are great." Like no.
You eat asshole.
That's it's the best.
So that's totally different.
Yeah, dude.
An asshole
Thank
looks
you, Billy.
totally,
You think
totally
eating
different.
ass is
It is-
cleaner than
I didn't
sucking
say
on
cleaner,
balls?
but
No,
it makes more
it does
sense.
not do it clean.
We're doing
There's
aesthetic.
nothing interesting about long, weird truck nuts.
It's not.
No,
We're
balls-
talking aesthetic. I
yeah.
think,
Yes.
and like
Yes.
balls aesthetically are awful.
Yes. Yes. The penis,
I disagree.
as a
penis-
whole, you could argue
It's
that
very rare you see like a package where you're like,
that's a beautiful bird.
yes,
I have it.
yes, it's very rare.
No, but you should focus on the shaft if you have a decent shaft. If they're focused on long truck nuts, you got to ask some questions.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think maybe you just have an issue with your balls.
I have what? A fetish with my
No,
balls?
an issue with your
I don't have
balls.
an issue with nuts.
no,
think
I don't
they're-
mind them doing it, but we're saying if like that's what they're into, that's not a great sign
Yes.
because aesthetically
Oh,
it's
yes,
odd.
yes. But
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
again,
a
I
red
would
flag.
say eating
Yes.
ass.
It's a red flag
We're not
for...
saying they're terrible people. We're just saying like that doesn't like the direction you go after that isn't probably where you want to go.
No.
Yeah. You feel like eating balls, sucking
Don't.
on balls.
I'm not
Sucking
against, I'm
on
not
balls
against
is
like...
more taboo than eating ass.
No, we're not saying taboo. I think we're saying if someone is,
I'm trying to find.
You're
it
taking
here.
it too personal.
I really do.
I'm
think
not taking it personally at all.
it is. I think it makes for a good podcast what we're talking about because you are finding it difficult to understand what we mean.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is why it works.
I do
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
you
And
see
I
it.
know that you're being genuine too.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah,
not upset.
yeah.
Because sometimes my 14-year-old is
saying-
just doing it to piss me off, and he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You fuckhead."
Yeah,
know
you
what I
get
mean.
it.
Yeah,
You're saying
and he
if a
laughs, and I'm like,
girl-
"Ah, he's funny."
If a girl goes right to eating your ass,
Nope.
that's
That's
less.
not what we're saying at all.
No.
We're not talking about the girl eating
You are
ass.
hung up on the ass thing right now. And
That's
we
because
are.
it's a defense mechanism because he says, I like
Have you
to
ever
eat ass."
had-
See, now you're taking it.
Have you ever had your ass eaten?
Yeah,
Have you ever eaten butts?
I've never eaten an ass.
That's crazy.
Have you ever eaten a vagina?
Yeah.
Then what's the goddamn difference?
What? It's not a personal choice to not eat ass. I've offered
Seems
before.
Oh, okay.
I've offered before, and they're like, "No, don't do that."
You don't ask. You dive right in there. You put a fucking swimming cap on.
That's not. That's.
You tie your long nuts
Dude,
in a
I've
knot.
tried,
I know.
I've tried that approach too, and there's always like,
Not in the
don't.
Well, that's interesting that you ask. I think it's usually someone at like
No,
they were
Either
like,
they ask or you just die.
Look,
Yeah.
I've done it both ways. I've asked. I've also, started amassing troops along the border. You know
understand.
what I mean?
I think
I've
sometimes-
written a letter of intent.
and yeah, that thing.
My
That's
my dear Margaret,
I think
I hope
that's the
this letter
smartest
finds you
way
well.
to do that. Did you get it notarized?
Yeah, that was.
It's not official. Unless there's
just
a
an
witness.
asshole imprint.
Bam. But I do, from what I understand, and I'm out of the hookup game, is the ass eating when done proper is like you need to like shower and kind of prep.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I think probably what's happening for you is it's like spontaneous sex, and you're going, and the woman's like, "Oh,
yeah,
be careful."
It's not.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that. I'm
Yeah,
not comfortable.
I'm a human, and
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to do that. So
I walked around a park earlier.
Yes,
I would not like you to do that.
Yes, because we've all been there too. When
Of
you start
course.
hooking up, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I'm not going to stop this." But
I just lost a 3-on-3 basketball game. You can't blow me right now.
Yes,
Give me 20 minutes.
Yeah, you
I'll be
can't.
right back, baby. Couple squirts at your car.
That's when you're like single and in that world, you can't turn it down sometimes because you're like, biologically, I need you to do this to me right now, and I apologize for the state that my hygiene is in.
But here's the summary of this. I do
You kiss
support
him afterwards, and you're like, you just went to hell.
I do.
You just went to hell and back.
I do support a woman that engages with the testicles. Maybe she likes to lick them or suck on them here and there. But a woman that like is proactively fixated and like attentive and loves just balls.
Just the ball. Just the ball.
I agree with you there.
Just the balls.
It
is.
That's
a maniac.
insane.
You go
do
to balls.
Yes.
You bypass my bird for balls.
Yes.
It is.
I'm pulling a fire alarm.
Well, you are going to be like, hey, I'm going to have to I've got so many questions before we continue.
Do this,
Yeah.
And not in a rude way. I just don't. Because, like, you're right. Like, when they do, like, when they're, like, blowing you and they're, like, mindful of the balls,
That's
it's just
cool.
clear. You're like, that's awesome. You've clearly taken a class or you've been studying what to do, and I love this.
Yes.
But you're right. If they're like, get this thing out of the way, I want to play with that. You're like,
Yeah, if they're spending too much time down there,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, all right,
This.
get back
What is
to
this?
the...
Let
I'm
me
a
feel
big
this
fan
one.
of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chick already has a whole
I agree with
dugout
you.
for your body.
All right, we found common ground. That's
That is
insane.
so funny.
All
Well,
right.
women aren't just. Thank God they're not turned on mostly by aesthetics, because we wouldn't have a chance.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
Look at you. You be honest.
Say it, dude.
What?
I don't know. Disagree.
I just think it's like, unless you are like biologically wired to like vagina is not that much better looking than a dick.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's that crazy. I think it's empathetic.
I disagree.
To a woman, I bet a dick looks pretty
Dude,
great.
it's like a. Dude.
That's one of the best quotes from an adult I've ever heard. Outside of a teenage 20-something-year-old man,
Dude.
that is the best quote I've ever heard anyone over. I assume you're over 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it again. It's just.
I think to a woman, a dick... I mean, obviously, it depends on the dick. I've seen some vaginas that I'm not thrilled about, but I'm still getting in there.
Even the worst mayhem of a vagina is better than the prettiest bird.
I agree 100%.
Because it just looks
That's
like
the
it looks
point.
like a wild pussy that's array. Looks awry. Looks like a empanada or a fucking
It's
you know
still,
like a pan-seared fucking
There is.
what's the Asian one?
Also, let's be honest, it's also more symmetrical and even.
Yeah.
Not
it doesn't
always.
lean most. We're talking.
Not
We're
always.
talking. Of course, there's
Yeah,
anomalies.
yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about catcher's mitts. We're
Yes.
talking
Yeah.
about the average vagina
Yeah.
versus the average cock
It's so
is
know what
way
it's
more
like?
attractive.
you know it's like a nice, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing vagina looks like when you walk into a nice hotel and the corners of the bed are tucked in. Everything is just very tight and comfortable looking.
Yeah.
Day 5, when you leave that hotel with no room service, is a messy pussy.
Yeah.
the comforter
sounds pretty
is
bad.
all over the place. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Even that is better than long truck nuts on a fucking a weird bird sitting high.
Dude, a weird bird is a problem.
They all dicks like
Dicks
even-
are weird.
They're weird. Like, and every
really.
woman likes a different type of dick, which is hilarious. Remember when you heard about like the dudes that have like huge girth when you get in when you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a tuna
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, where you're just like, oh wow, that is weird.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
not. So like all that stuff is just like, okay, this is all, there's different parts for
But
everyone.
I will say,
it's like athletes. You see some bodies and you're like, there's no way
that guy's good.
that good. And then you watch him move and you're like, holy fucking shit, that's the most athletic person I've ever seen.
That is wild.
How?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's no or you see like in LA a lot, you see these dudes that are like shredded.
Yeah.
And then you watch them move and you're like, if I threw an orange at you, you would duck.
Yes. Yes.
If I tossed an apple at you, you'd be like, ah!
Yeah.
But you're just shredded.
That's the best.
It's so funny
A super
to me.
jacked dude who can't throw baseball.
Who
or
isn't
something.
athletic.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the best.
it's the funniest shit.
I will
you've
compliment the versatility of the bird because the girl unwrapping the gifts every time, you never know what you're going to get. For a guy looking at a new vagina, it's pretty standard outside of
That's not true.
a labia disaster.
Okay. I see
It
what
might be a grower, it might be thick, it might be giant nuts, it might be tiny nuts.
Yeah.
Every package, for the most part, you got a surprise. You got a surprise in there.
Oh, for a dick?
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Whereas
Emily
a
Heller and I
vagina, like,
talked
it's
about
pretty
that.
consistent.
Because I was
Yeah.
complaining about like how women will do spanks and do all that sometimes, and you hook up with them, and then you're like, "Oh, you're not what you." And she was like, "Yeah, but have you thought about we don't know what y'all have until?" And I was like, "Oh, the last second. You're right.
Yes.
You're totally right. That
Yeah.
sucks. You're right. You got
It's kind of fun, though.
I think
It's got to be exciting for them.
my wife talks
It's got to
about
be exciting.
she, and I'm not talking out of place. She's told this story before. In college or around college age, she was at a party and there was like some dude who was like 7 feet tall, like athlete. And she was like, I want to hook up with him. And you know, that's all it takes.
Ride the
then.
wave.
Yeah.
When a young, attractive girl that all they have to do is like you, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
And she likes tall dudes or whatever. And then he had micro penis. Like actual,
Jesus
like
Christ.
she was like, it was
Yeah.
like that, and she was like, I blew him and stuff, you know, still like, and I was like, that's sweet, and she was like, I was like, that's because I was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, he was like nice, you know, so I did the thing, but it was like, whoa, I was like 7. She was like, he was like 6'10", 6'11".
Oh, no.
That's
And it was like, I was like, oh, what a fucking weird trade-off that is.
yeah.
His ancestors did some fucked up shit.
But then she said the next dude she hooked up with was a soccer player.
Short, giant hog.
Giant dick that he couldn't even get it in.
Dude,
Yeah.
So
That's
she was
awesome.
just like, she was like, for like 2 weeks, I was like, what in fuck?
Yeah.
This is my point.
And I was like Goldilocks, and I was like, came in here, I was like, just right.
Yo, plug your shows, baby.
I'm in Philly does this go out this week? Well, you guys fucked up in Philly. You missed me. Don't worry. No one's coming to these shows. It's
Actually,
on Labor Day.
we will promote. We'll promote some picks to get. I'll promote
Don't worry
to
about
Philly.
it. It's Labor
You're
Day
Philly
week.
Helium.
Yeah, I'm at Punchline.
Oh,
I
Punchline.
think it's going on.
Okay.
I don't think it's doing good. Just
What other days?
sorry, I can't. I just like I took a sip of coffee and then got honest.
Yeah. No, we can talk about that.
Yeah, I'm going on tour. I'll be in Chicago, Kansas City, Portland, Seattle, Denver, Bisbee, Arizona. Cincinnati, Cleveland. Just bwdtour.com. I have a special out. I have 2 on YouTube that you can watch for free, and they're fucking better than most that are on that fucking thing.
Shithole.
I have one. It's live at Third Man Records, and then the second one's called Testify, and I wrapped this trippy DMT thing around a funny stand-up special. So just watch the trippy thing to get to the stand-up, because some people can't, and I don't understand why. It's like 4 fucking minutes.
You gotta hit a skip intro.
It's the weirdest shit, because everyone's just like, why all stand-up specials are the same? So you make a fucking weird one with the stand-up in it, and they're like, this is different, I don't like it. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight everyone.
yeah.
It's like the old dudes with the cross hatching on the fairway.
Lunacy.
All right, go check out Billy Wayne Davis.
Yeah.
Also, thank you to our new Look at This tier members. We have a bunch of shit coming out.
Also, thank you to all our members.
Yeah, all our members, for
Patreon
sure.
members.
For sure, yes.
Being sweet.
Thank you for all our Patreon members.
Yeah.
We're going to head there now if you want to come. You sticking around?
Yeah.
All right, see.
We're-
Bye.